Your mind is the greatest asset you will ever own, and the best investment you can make is in yourself. Not in the stock market, not in real estate, but in the expansion of your knowledge and wisdom. The world is moving fast, and the question is, are you keeping up? Success isn't about luck or chance. It's about preparation, and preparation comes from education. I'm not just talking about formal education. No, I'm talking about the education you give yourself every single day. Let's be honest. If you stop learning, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, you start dying. The mind, just like the body, needs to be fed. The food for the mind? Books, experiences, mentors, and reflection. Every single day you have a choice. You can either get a little bit better or stay the same. And let me tell you, staying the same is just another way of falling behind. So here's the key. Make learning a habit. Not once a month, not when you feel like it, but daily. Listen to the right voices, read the right books, and surround yourself with people who stretch your thinking. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself being shaped by the world instead of shaping your own future. So let me ask you, what did you learn today? What book are you reading? What conversation expanded your thinking? And if you can't answer that, you're coasting. And success never comes to those who coast. The goal is to become valuable. And the only way to do that is to increase your knowledge, sharpen your skills, and elevate your mindset every single day. Because if you work on yourself daily, there's no limit to what you can achieve. My challenge to you is simple. Dedicate time each day to learning. Make it a priority, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you start losing ground. And I don't want that for you. I want you to rise, to lead, to become the person you were meant to be. So educate yourself daily. Your future depends on it. Your mind is the engine that drives your entire life. It determines the quality of your decisions, the size of your dreams, and the direction of your future. Everything you do, every result you get, is a reflection of what's happening up here. That's why it's so important to treat your mind like the most valuable resource you have, because it is. Think about it. You can lose your job, lose your money, even lose everything you own. But if you've developed your mind, you can rebuild it all. But if you neglect your mind, if you let it sit idle, if you feed it junk, then even if you're handed an opportunity, you won't know what to do with it. That's why the difference between success and failure isn't luck, it's preparation. And preparation starts with what you know. The question is, what are you feeding your mind? Because whatever you put in, that's what you'll get out. If you fill it with distractions, meaningless entertainment, and negativity, don't be surprised when life starts reflecting those things back to you. But if you make it a priority to feed your mind with wisdom, knowledge, and ideas that challenge you, then you'll start to see doors open where others see walls. It's all about daily effort. Just like the body needs good food to stay strong, the mind needs good information to stay sharp. Read the right books. Listen to people who are ahead of you. Take time to reflect, to think, to grow. And most importantly, don't let your mind go to waste by sitting still. Stretch it, challenge it, develop it. Because when you do, you give yourself the ability to create the kind of life you really want. The truth is, everything in your life can be taken away except what's inside your mind. And if you've trained it well, that's all you'll ever need to rise again. If you want to grow, you have to learn. There's no way around it. Growth isn't automatic. It doesn't happen just because time passes. Some people wake up 10 years later and realize they're in the exact same place, thinking the same thoughts, making the same mistakes, living the same life. Why? Because they never made the decision to learn. Learning is what separates those who keep rising from those who stay stuck. The world doesn't slow down for anyone. It keeps moving, keeps evolving, keeps presenting new challenges. And if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Success isn't about where you start. It's about whether or not you're willing to keep improving. Some people say, well, I already know enough. That's dangerous thinking. The moment you believe you've arrived is the moment you start declining. The great ones never stop learning. They never stop asking questions. They never stop stretching their thinking. That's what keeps them ahead. They don't wait for someone else to tell them what to do. They go out and find the knowledge they need. The best part? Learning is available to everyone. You don't need a special degree. You don't need permission. What you need is a hunger to grow. And once you develop that hunger, life starts opening up in ways you never imagined. New ideas, new opportunities, new ways of thinking. You start to realize that your potential isn't limited by your past, but by your willingness to learn something new. So ask yourself, are you learning every day? Are you reading, listening, and surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger? If not, now is the time, because growth isn't a one-time event. It's a lifelong process, and the more you learn, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more life starts working in your favor. Learning isn't something you do once in a while. It has to become a daily habit, just like eating, just like exercising, just like showing up to work, because success isn't built on what you do occasionally, it's built on what you do consistently. Some people treat learning like an event. They pick up a book once a year, listen to something inspiring now and then, maybe take a course when they feel like it. But that's not how real growth works. Growth happens when you commit to learning every single day, even if it's just a little, because small efforts repeated over time create extraordinary results. Imagine if you just learned one new idea each day, just one. That's 365 new ideas in a year. Now imagine applying just a fraction of those ideas. What could that do for your business, your relationships, your income, your confidence? It's the compounding effect. Small improvements made daily that turn into something extraordinary over time. And here's the thing, learning daily doesn't have to be complicated. It could be reading 10 pages of a book. It could be listening to something that challenges your thinking while you're driving. It could be taking 15 minutes to reflect on what you learned from the day before. What matters is that you do it. The best people in the world, leaders, entrepreneurs, high achievers, aren't just lucky. They didn't stumble into success. They built it. One lesson, one idea, one day at a time, and you can too. The choice is yours. They committed to learning something every single day. They made it a habit, and that habit set them apart from the rest. So the question is, are you making learning a part of your daily routine? Because if you are, life has a way of rewarding that effort. New doors start to open. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start making better decisions, and before you know it, you're ahead. Not because of one big moment, but because of the small, consistent choices you made every single day. If you want to change your life, start by changing the books you read. A book is more than just ink on paper. It's a mentor in print. It's wisdom, experience, and knowledge from someone who has already been where you want to go. Imagine sitting down with some of the greatest minds in history, listening to their insights, learning from their mistakes, and gaining their strategies for success. That's what a good book can do for you. The best part, books are always available. They don't take a day off. They don't charge a consultation fee, and they don't get tired of repeating their lessons. You can read a book today, come back to it in a year, and find a completely new insight, because as you grow, the way you understand the book grows too. Some people say, I don't have time to read, but here's the truth. You don't have time not to read. A single idea from the right book can save you years of trial and error. It can help you avoid costly mistakes. It can give you the mindset, the strategies, and the confidence to move forward faster than you ever thought possible. The challenge is most people spend more time scrolling than studying. They fill their minds with distractions instead of wisdom. But if you make it a habit to read daily, even just a few pages, you'll start to notice something. Your thinking changes. Your perspective expands, and you begin to see opportunities that were always there, but you just weren't prepared to recognize them. The most successful people in the world are readers, not because they have more time, but because they make time. They understand that books are the shortcut to wisdom. So the question is, what are you reading? Because if you choose your books wisely, you'll find yourself guided by mentors who can take you exactly where you want to go. Who you spend time with shapes who you become. The voices you listen to, the conversations you engage in, the advice you follow, these all have a direct impact on your thinking, your decisions, and ultimately your future. That's why one of the smartest things you can do is surround yourself with wisdom. Wisdom isn't just about knowing facts. It's about perspective. It's about understanding things at a deeper level, seeing patterns, recognizing opportunities, and avoiding costly mistakes. And the fastest way to gain wisdom is to be around people who already have it. People who have been through the challenges, learned the lessons, and come out the other side with something valuable to share. But here's the problem. Most people don't pay attention to who they're listening to. They take advice from anyone willing to give it, friends, family, coworkers, without ever stopping to ask, is this person where I want to be? Because if they're not, why are you following their guidance? If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, you have to be intentional about who you let influence you. Seek out people who challenge your thinking, who inspire you to do more, who push you to be better. And if you don't have those people around you yet, start with books, with audio programs, with mentors from a distance. You don't have to know someone personally to learn from them. Their wisdom is already out there if you're willing to seek it. At the same time, be mindful of the voices that drain you, the ones who fill your mind with doubt, fear, and small thinking. Because if you hear something often enough, you start to believe it, even if it's not true. And belief is a powerful thing. It can either move you forward or hold you back. The choice is yours. You can surround yourself with people who complain, who blame, who stay stuck, or you can surround yourself with wisdom, people who think bigger, act smarter, and live with purpose. Because when you do, their thinking starts to rub off on you, their perspective becomes your perspective, and before you know it, you're making better decisions, seeing better opportunities, and stepping into a future that's far greater than you ever imagined. Every experience you have, good or bad, is an opportunity to learn. Life doesn't just happen to you, it happens for you. But the difference between those who succeed and those who struggle lies in how they approach life's lessons. Some people go through the motions, never pausing to reflect on what the experience has taught them. They let it slip by, assuming that the outcome was just a matter of luck or timing. But successful people know better. They know that every challenge, every setback, and every success is packed with lessons waiting to be discovered. When things don't go as planned, don't just ask, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Every setback is an opportunity for growth. Every failure is a lesson in what doesn't work. If you treat every experience as a lesson, no matter how tough, you can turn any situation into a stepping stone for your future. Look at the people who have already achieved what you want. They didn't get there by avoiding mistakes. They got there by learning from every mistake they made, applying those lessons, and improving as a result. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. And that's what you can do too. Even in success, there's a lesson. Success isn't just about the final outcome. It's about the process, the decisions you made along the way, the habits you built, and the people you connected with. When you're winning, don't just celebrate the victory. Take a moment to reflect on what you did right. What decisions led to this success? What habits contribute to the outcome? Because success isn't a one-time event. It's a series of small intentional actions that compound over time. And the more you learn from each experience, the more you set yourself up for even greater success in the future. What habits did you build that helped you get here? Because when you learn to replicate your successes, you create a system that leads to even greater results. Life is a classroom, and every day is a lesson. If you open your eyes to it, every experience, no matter how small, can teach you something. It's not about avoiding mistakes or trying to be perfect. It's about being willing to learn from everything that happens along the way. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the closer you get to your best self, your highest potential, and your greatest success. Knowledge alone won't change your life. You can read all the books, listen to all the advice, and attend every seminar, but if you never apply what you learn, nothing happens. The real power isn't in knowing, it's in doing. Action is what turns knowledge into results. Think about it. How many people know what they should be doing but never do it? They know they should take care of their health, but they don't. They know they should invest, but they never start. They know they should develop new skills, but they keep putting it off. It's not a lack of knowledge that holds most people back. It's a lack of action. The mistake many people make is thinking that learning alone is enough. But learning without action is just potential sitting on a shelf. Potential doesn't create success. What creates success is taking what you know and using it, putting it into practice, testing it, refining it, and making it part of your daily life. The great ones understand this. They don't just collect ideas, they execute them. They take risks, they experiment, they step forward even when they're unsure because they know that action, even imperfect action, is more valuable than waiting for the perfect plan. Success doesn't come from thinking about what you should do, it comes from doing what you know you need to do. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have it all figured out. Just take a step, then another, and another. Because once you start moving, momentum kicks in, confidence builds, and before you know it, you're not just someone who knows, you're someone who acts. And that's when knowledge truly becomes power. The world is constantly moving, constantly changing, constantly evolving. The question is, are you keeping up? Because in life, you're either moving forward or falling behind. There is no standing still. If you're not learning, not growing, not improving, then by default, you're slipping into the past while the rest of the world moves ahead. Staying ahead doesn't mean working harder than everyone else. It means working smarter. It means paying attention to trends, developing new skills, and always staying curious. It means refusing to get too comfortable, because comfort is the first step towards stagnation. The moment you think you've made it and stop pushing yourself to improve, that's the moment you start losing ground. Look at the most successful people in any field. They don't wait for things to happen to them. They anticipate, they prepare, and they take action before everyone else. They don't wait until their skills are outdated before they start learning something new. They stay sharp, they stay informed, and they stay ready. Because they know opportunities don't wait for people who are unprepared. Some people live in reaction mode. They only change when life forces them to. They only start learning a new skill when they have to. They only start saving money when a crisis hits. They only start thinking about their health when they get bad news from the doctor. But the wise understand that the best time to prepare isn't when trouble arrives, it's before it arrives. They don't react, they stay ahead of the game. So take a look at your own life. Are you actively growing, learning, and preparing for the future? Or are you just hoping that things will stay the same? Because one thing is certain, life never stays the same. It's always moving. And if you're not moving with it, you'll wake up one day and realize the world has passed you by. The key is to stay ahead, not behind. Be intentional, be keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing yourself forward. Because the future belongs to those who are ready for it. Some people say education is expensive, Books cost money. Seminars cost money. Investing in yourself takes time, effort, and discipline. But have you ever stopped to think about the cost of not learning? The cost of ignorance? Because make no mistake, ignorance carries a price tag, and it's far more expensive than education. Think about the person who never takes the time to learn about money. They spend years working hard but never understand how to save, invest, or grow their wealth. One bad financial decision and suddenly they lose everything. That's the cost of ignorance. Or consider the person who never studies their health, who eats whatever they want, ignores exercise, and doesn't take care of their body. One day, the doctor gives them bad news, and now they're paying the price. Ignorance doesn't just hold you back, it costs you. It costs you time, money, opportunities, and even your health. The cost of not learning is far greater than the cost of investing in yourself. So ask yourself, what's the price you're willing to pay for staying where you are? Because the longer you wait, the higher the cost becomes. The choice is yours. Invest in your growth now, or pay the price of ignorance later. Ignorance comes at a high cost. It leads to mistakes that could have been avoided, opportunities that go unnoticed, and setbacks that didn't need to happen. The wrong decisions in business, bad investments, and poor habits all add up. While learning requires effort, the price of staying ignorant is far greater. Some hesitate to spend money on books or courses, but they'll waste thousands on things that don't add real value to their lives. They'll spend years struggling, repeating the same mistakes simply because they never took the time to learn what could have freed them. The truth is, ignorance doesn't just cost money. It also costs time, opportunities, and in some cases, a lifetime of potential. The good news is that education is a choice. You can choose to learn, grow, and invest in yourself. When you do, you'll begin to see the change. Opportunities open up, your confidence grows, and mistakes diminish because knowledge gives you an edge. It helps you make better decisions, avoid pitfalls, and shape the life you desire. So ask yourself, will you pay the price of ignorance, or will you invest in yourself today, knowing that education is the only cost that pays you back for a lifetime? The choice is yours. But remember, while education might cost something, ignorance will cost you everything. The best investment you can make isn't in the stock market, real estate, or a business. It's in yourself. When you grow, everything around you grows. As you become more valuable, life starts rewarding you in ways you never expected. Too many people wait for the perfect opportunity, timing, or a lucky break. But opportunities don't just appear. They're attracted by becoming the person who is ready for them. The more you invest in yourself, whether it's your knowledge, skills, or mindset, the more doors will open. Success isn't about luck. It's about being prepared when opportunity strikes. Some people hesitate to spend money or time on personal development. They might say, I can't afford books, or I don't have time to learn new skills. But consider this. What's the cost of not growing? What happens if 5 years go by and you're still thinking the same way, facing the same problems, earning the same income? That's a much higher price than investing in a few books, courses, or coaching sessions. The world's greatest achievers all share one thing. They never stop learning, improving, or pushing themselves. They know that the more they grow, the more they can give, create, and achieve. And the best part, when you invest in yourself, no one can take that away from you. Markets change, jobs come and go, but the knowledge, skills, and wisdom you develop stay with you for life. So don't wait for permission or the perfect moment. Start today. Read more, learn more, challenge yourself, and step out of your comfort zone. The best investment you'll ever make is in becoming the person who can create the life you truly want. When you do, life will reward you in ways you never imagined. The greatest investment you'll ever make isn't in stocks, real estate, or business ventures. It's in you. When you grow, everything around you grows. Your income, your opportunities, your relationships, and your confidence. It all expands in direct proportion to how much you develop yourself. Many people spend their lives searching for the next big thing, chasing opportunities or hoping for a lucky break. But the truth is, the best opportunities don't just happen. They come to those who are prepared. Readiness comes from preparation, sharpening your mind, building your skills, and developing the discipline that attracts success. Here's the reality. Investing in yourself requires time, effort, and sometimes even money. Some people hesitate, saying, I can't afford to buy books, or I don't have time to learn something new. What they fail to see is that the cost of not investing in themselves is far greater. If 5 years go by and you're still in the same place, facing the same challenges and earning the same income, that's a cost you don't want to pay. The world is constantly evolving, with new industries emerging and old ways of doing things disappearing. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. But if you make it a habit to invest in yourself, whether through reading, acquiring new skills, improving your health, or refining your mindset, you position yourself so that opportunities come to you. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming the person who's prepared to handle it. The best part, when you invest in yourself, no one can take that away from you. Businesses may fail, markets may crash, but the knowledge, skills, and mindset you build stay with you for life. That's the kind of security no bank can offer. So don't wait. Start today. Read more, learn more, push yourself beyond your comfort zone. When you make yourself more valuable, the world has a way of rewarding you in ways you never imagined.